before I jump into the bulk of everything, we had a job opportunity from a team. I'll play the clip now. We had an invite. Yeah, it was an invite to an interview from Empoli, who are in this division as well. They had no manager. Went to it. I won't lie to you, I was probably going to go to them because it's going to be a tough ask with Cesna this season, but they looked a little bit more enticing. We did the interview process pretty well, and they just decided not to go ahead with it. So whatever, Empoli. Didn't want to manage you anyway. Boom, welcome. All that fun shenanigans. I'm still on the high from being Palermo in the playoff final. It never gets old. It never gets old having to go through all that stress and then you end up winning it. But welcome to episode 20, I believe it is, in the Serie B. Beautiful. I feel so good to say in the Serie B. Let's jump into it. Let's get right into the transfers. There's some stuff happening, don't worry about that. There's been a bit of a fire sale from all the dead wood in the team that they were either complaining or I just didn't see any kind of role for them in this league. They just weren't good enough. They were going to cut it. So I'll run through it quickly. Coccolo, he was there. I think he played once last year. Yeah, once. He wasn't going to play 20k. I mean, you'll see most of these, it's just pocket change, but it added up to about 300 grand. So I was happy with it. Olza, I thought we were getting a bit of a steal from Milan when I picked him up, and he didn't do anything. He didn't impress me in the slightest. Kiofi, again, he was just there knocking about the team, picking a wage up, got him off the books. Jabana, he was the player that we brought in, and I thought he was going to be our striker for the foreseeable future. He wasn't. He was very, very one-dimensional, like I knew he would be, but is what it is. Bolognese, he was just a youngster that we had. Spendi, he's one of our youngsters who have just gone out on loan. Walongwa, he came in with Konate as I was hoping was going to be the centre-back dream team. He just complained. He just complained a lot last year. 4 games, doubled my money. It is what it is. Gonelli, who on the face of it looks like he's got some really good stats and should be a really good centre-back. Spoiler, he's not. He's really not. A 6.87 and a 6.76 in 2 seasons with us. He wasn't the greatest. He had some really bad moments. So I got rid of him. And then a few players here that have gone out on loan, and Roland Bass, who was our second choice left back, started kicking up a fuss about playing time and blah blah blah. So out the door he went. And yeah, move on to the ins with most of these are youngsters who have come in. Apart from him, he's 23. He's not youngster. He's just some backup at centre back. Oliver Jurgens. In my defence, these players had a lot more potential when I brought them in on trial. When I brought him in on trial, so Jurgens, Sacco, they've got a little bit of room to manoeuvre here, but they're not looking like the world beaters that I thought they would be. Again, same here. They're all pretty much the same kind of caliber of player. And then we move into more so the players that we bought in for the first team to replace the guys that went out. So we've got Marco Toscano, who most of these players are on a free. We had to do it because the finances just weren't there. We had a little bit of room to maneuver, but being promoted from the Serie C and having 500k give or take, when I fannied about with the budgets up to $1 million, it's not the greatest. So Toscano, he's kind of going to replace Ardizzone and Peterman in the centre mid. He's going to be our deep lying playmaker with his 17 vision and his 14 passing. I think he's going to be absolutely amazing. He's only on 1.8k as well. Pretty much a bargain, and he's got Serie B experience, which is one thing that I was kind of looking for. Our next player who's going to play next to him in the midfield is Moses Odja. Moses Todger, as I'm going to call him. He's going to be the midfield destroyer. He's going to be that big boy, even though he's only 170 centimeters and 70 kilos. He's going to be that guy in the middle who's just going to be chasing, stopping counter attacks with that 14 tackling, 15 aggression, 16 determination. He's going to be all over the place. Again, brought him in on a free. I think he's the highest paid player at the club now, if I'm not mistaken. I am mistaken. Here's another player that I'll show you, but he's the second highest paid club. He's the second highest paid player. He's the second highest paid player at the club now. Maldini. Oh, it was so happy to be able to get Maldini back. At the end of the season, Milan said to me they wanted him to play with higher caliber players, something like that. Yeah. Anyway, I left it till the new season started and they were happy to let him out onto us. I think it was just because they didn't think we were in the Serie B yet, and now we are. So again, Maldini back in, happy. I am absolutely happy as Larry. I really, really underestimated how much, when the manager comes to you and you say, "You're playing my player out of his position, I'm not happy with you." Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I underestimated that because Sassuolo's manager, he isn't happy with me. And you'll see we don't have Satellino and we weren't able to get Ajapong back, which is really, really annoying. So I've had to bring in another wing back who's unfortunately injured, and he's probably going to miss the first 2 games of the season, which is really annoying because the guy that I brought in, he's not the greatest. His backup is not the greatest, but it is what you have to work on, that shoestring budget, and he's going to be our starting choice right back when he's available. He's not that far from Ajapong. I mean, he's not Ajapong, but he'll have to do. Ferrarini, he'll have to do. It's not the best when I'm calling a player. He'll have to do, but it is what it is. We've got a Corbinian burger. It sounds like a place, like Corbinia, and then like he's the burger that you get from Anyway, he's going to be our starting choice left centre back. I just feel like he's a massive upgrade on Coccolo, mainly because of his acceleration pace. He's pretty tall, tackling, markings, all above average. I think he's a pretty solid signing. History, free. He came to us free, can't knock it all. Here's our second choice, in quotation marks, right back, who's going to be playing there probably for the first 2 games of the season. Agonoon, moving on. Goalkeepers, boys, I've struggled. It's been so annoying because I don't think our reputation's, kind of good enough for us to be attracting those players, and we missed out on so many people. I'll show you a couple of them that I wanted to bring in, and other teams that have just got a better rep than us, they were drawn to them. They offered a lot more money, a lot more money. So he may be our starting goalkeeper, but I'm hoping he's not, because I'm still looking to upgrade the goalkeeper and a couple other positions. But he's not bad, but he's not great. It's mainly if he just didn't have 7 positioning. If everything else is fine, just that 7 positioning. And I know that's going to annoy me if I concede a goal and I'm just going to see him, kind of wandering off into the crowd, talking to someone. So yeah, I brought in Cassidy. He's going to be the kind of attacking mid, centre mid, what's he called? The spanner? No, the utility asset. The UT is going to be the utility man. So if he ever needs to play deep lying, or he can play that pretty well, if you ask me. I wasn't expecting him to be the starting player, and I'm excited. Boys, I'm excited about this guy. Look at him. He's looked like an absolute machine. He was brought by my scouts. He's probably cost a lot of money. I don't think he's. I didn't see this. His contract's up next season. We might have found our new centre attacking mid for next year. But yeah, here's our centre attacking mid now. That we brought in on loan from Dortmund. He looks absolutely unbelievable, doesn't he? He looks like a cracking loan. He's on 5k a week, highest paid player at the club, but He's worth it if you ask me. And if Balikwisha's not all up to it, he's there. He's straight there and ready. And our left back that we brought in from Pisa, who I just needed some left back options with Bas going out. He might be starting, but again, like our right back that's going to be starting, he's starting off the season with an injury, so he's not bad. He's not great. He's an upgrade on Barlocco, but it's not that much of an upgrade. So yeah, that's been the transfers, and I'll just show you some of the players that I wanted to bring in. So there was Gondo. He would have been absolutely cracking. We didn't get him. Who else? There was Broha, who I really wanted. Yeah, we didn't get him. 13k a week. I only offered him like 4k. Broha. Who else was there? I'm just looking for this quickly. Malice. He declined us. He would have been brilliant. Declined us. Who else? Yeah, Urge. Yeah, this one hurts. This one really hurts. I'm just gonna go cry myself to sleep again. This was a centre back that I was looking at. He would have been absolutely amazing. I mean, look at him, absolutely cracking. But it wasn't to be. He went to Portsmouth instead. I mean, who wants to go to Portsmouth instead of Cessna? Portsmouth, Cessna. It's a no-brainer, if you ask me. It's a no-brainer. Like I mentioned, we've still got some other players in and out. I'll show you probably in the next episode when we come back for kind of roundup, if any of this materializes. But yeah, that's what's kind of happened since the last time you were here. So yeah, that's all the transfer stuff. We've had a pretty decent start to the season in terms of friendlies and everything, getting everyone up to speed, especially that last game. But yeah, in our cup games, we lost in the third round. All they wanted for us was to reach the third round, so they're happy with that. And it was a game of penalties. They got one, they scored it, we got one 2 minutes later, we didn't score it. Boring. Boring. But this team, they're in the Serie A. I don't know how they've done that magically, but fair play to them. And that brings us to our first game now against Cremonese. Let's see. So we'll just have a look at the season preview as well. Fiorentina got relegated. Yeah, just I don't know. Fiorentina got relegated. No words. So we're playing Cremonese, who are 12. We've got a 14th place kind of from the bookies to finish. I'll take it. I'm happy with that. I'll run with that. 14th. So we've got Cremonese, we've got Benevento, and then who's our third game? We've got Venezia, so I think they weren't too that far. So everyone's kind of like, apart from Benevento, they're kind of like mid-table teams. So this one should be a pretty good test of us, give a good account of ourselves. Let's see. Let's jump into this first game and let's see how we get along against Cremonese. Like I just mentioned, we've got a few players. We've got our starting left back, most likely, and our starting right back out with injuries. The rest of the team they're kind of ready to go. We are ready to go for this season. It's just this right back that's not filling me with confidence, but it is what it is. I'll have to deal with it, and we've got this first game. I'm happy it's at home, so we can carry on straight from last season, because our stadium last season, it was a bit of a fortress. We made it a fortress, so come on, boys. You see, what I'm thinking now already is to play for set pieces, mainly because of that packed midfield that's going to be happening, because I don't think we're going to be able to focus it through the middle. And they're most likely probably going to hit us on the counter-attack if we're going to have a lot more of the possession than they are. But let's let the game play out. We'll let it play out for a little bit and we'll see what happens. 10 minutes with no goals. 15 minutes, no goals. 20 minutes, no goals. 25th minute, I was going to carry on saying no goals, but it's a good save from Fruchtel. Cracking save from Fruchtel. Does that mean fruit or something like that in German? Fruchtel. I'm gonna find out. So like, I just go on these like silly tangents, and there's Maldini like through, and I'm talking about bloody fructal. Sounds like a juice, like a German juice. Fruchtel. Probably is a juice. Fruchtel. Kommen Sie get den eine Fruchtel today. Right, we've still got the ball here. Are we going to do anything with this, boys? No, we're not. Fruchtel. I mean, we've got more than enough players back, so we're not getting too outnumbered when they do get it. It's just more so we need to be a lot more clinical with the ball when we've got it. So let's take that off. And let's not focus through the middle because they've got about 9,000 people there, and it's very hard to get through. Just I don't know why I'm worried. I don't even know why I'm looking for a goalkeeper. We've got Fruchtel. Fruchtel is the man. I'm far from. Look, I'll say I'm far from pleased, but Fruchtel, oh mate, you've cracking debut, absolutely cracking debut. I'm proud of you, kid. I think I want to make a sub. I want to take off Balikwisha, and I want to bring on the new kid from Dortmund. Where is he? Manuel. We're going to bring on Manuel. I mean, we're showing it. I was going to say we're showing a decent account of us, but we've not done anything. We've not done anything at all. There's been no highlights for us apart from Balikwisha having a bit of a ping. Other than that, it's been a bit boring. Right, and they've got a highlight in the 85th minute, and this could end in tears. No, it won't, because we're going to get a counter. Go on, boys. Counter it. Balikwisha wouldn't have done that. Just saying. And they've got a counter of their own against us. Got more than enough men back to deal with it. I'm not really too worried. Yeah. Oh dear. Why do I even open my mouth? Why do I do that? Why did I do that? We've got more than enough men back to deal with it, and then he gets some open space from some Columbus through. Oh, what a fit! Yeah, just let's forget I said anything, and let's be happy with Lorenzo Colombo scoring. Let's that Men in Black, the thing to wipe memory and and all that stuff. Yeah, let's do one of them. I didn't say anything. Right, boys, counter. Forget a winner now. Let's forget they even scored. Let's forget I even said anything. That'll be fun. Anytime you want to get rid of it, Fruchtel. There we go, mate. Agonoon. Plays it through to Ferrari. Find someone in the middle, mate. He's found someone outside. Maldini's got it. Played it to Barlocco. He's still got it. It's too good, boys. That's what I like to see. That's what I like to see. 2-1 says that. Come on, boys. What an absolutely wonderful goal. Beautiful. Colombo, you can't, boys, you can't leave him there like that. You know what it's time? You know what it's time for? Oh, look, we got to bring it to the Serie B. It'd be rude not to. It would be very rude not to. Let's we've got to highlight straight away. Can we, this game's picked up for 70 something minutes. It was an absolute mess. But I mean, can we not give him a corner there, please? Beautiful. I think we're going to see this game out, and that should be a 2-1 victory for us in our first game of the season against Cremonese. If we get a third one, I'd be even happier. I would be chuffed. But if you don't wanna, we can play the ball. It's nice. I'm enjoying it. Don't get me wrong. Boys, beautiful, beautiful. They made me happy. They made me proud. They made me sweat. They've made me sweat for that win, but it's a 2-1 victory. Let me just not speak straight. There we go. It's a 2-1 victory. I just wanted to make sure. the 2-1 victory thanks to Lorenzo Colombo and 2 last gasp. Just 2 last gasps. 2 last gasps. Well done, boys. Brilliant stuff. And that, my friends, is brilliant. Brilliant stuff. Great result. Can't believe how good we are. I can. Liberato. What a name you've got. Liberato. He liberates people. Pretty happy. Chuffed. I can just imagine Italian people on Twitter going #chuffed. How funny is that? Oh dear. But yeah, we've got 2-1 victory. Yeah. And then we've got some trials as well coming in. Brilliant. Yeah. Chuffed. That's my Italian. Chuffed. I'm thinking maybe the next game we come back for is the what could have been game, the Empoli game. So in a month's time, should have done all our transfer dealings by then, get our feet under the table a little bit, and we come back for this Empoli game for the what could have been. So sounds like a plan to me. And if it's a bit rubbish, we'll double in the Genoa game just to get a bit of Serie A spice in there. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed that last gaspness from myself and the boys. We'll see you when we see you in a bit.